Welcome back to the channel, M-Cube Network. It is what it is. I'm sitting here in my ICE vehicle, my internal combustion engine car, one of several that I own. I'm not giving them up. Let's talk. I seem to have been in some sort of nightmare. I don't think this is real. It can't be real. I'll start from the beginning. I was born here in California, in a small town. I lived in Baldwin Hills mostly when I was little, and in Compton and Inglewood and a few places. Lived in Atlanta for a little while. But anyway, I grew up, little kid. First thing I ever wanted was a toy car. I had them all. I had all the Hot Wheels, all the Matchbox. I had the Tamiya models. I had the Revell models. I had the magazines. I had everything. I mean, I would go into car dealerships as a 10, 11-year-old and just collect all the brochures from all the cars and bring them home and study them. And, that's what I did. I wanted a car of my own. I wanted to drive. I wanted to grow up, get a car, and run it. I got older, got my license. I drove my mother's car for a long time. When I got my license, I just drove her car, 83 Mercury Cougar. We drove that until head gasket problem. Car eventually died. Couldn't get it back together. She had I forget what year it was, but it was a Gremlin with a 4.2 liter V8 in it. 4.2 or 5.2, I can't remember, but it was a Gremlin. She had that for a little while after the Cougar died, and I got to drive that. She also had a Mazda RX-7, a 79 RX-7. Before I could drive, she had that. She flipped it. My mother, she flipped it on a curve going to work. She did just fine. That was pre-seatbelts too, so pre-seatbelt mandates. So she didn't have her seatbelt on, and she got thrown to the passenger side. Driver's side got crushed. She walked away from that, no injuries, but lost that car anyway. When I finally started driving, I was driving my mama's Cougar. Then my brother gave me a Volkswagen 74 Super Beetle to go to college in. And I started my pre-engineering at Dominguez Hills. And that was my thing. I started working on that. I started fixing on it because I didn't want to pay nobody. I didn't have the money to pay anybody to fix on it, so I started fixing on it. And that was my car. And things progressed. I ended up more Volkswagens, vans, all that good stuff, right? Up into cars with radiators, and I mean, it's just been a journey. It's been fun, and I just learned so much. Every car I get, I mess with, I learn, I figure it all out. It becomes mine, and it really becomes my car. That's the way I've always been with everything. I need to know how it works. I need to know what it does. I take it apart. I push it to its limits. I drive it until it dies. Never really had an engine die on me, but I'll drive a car till I get another one, or till something happens to it. I haven't wrecked any either. But my car is a big part of my life, and it's a measure of freedom. Like I say, it's automotive freedom. It's something we have in America. We have a car. You can hit the road. You can go wherever you want to go. Do whatever you want to do in your car, right? As long as it's got tags, right? But over the past several years, this nightmare that I'm in now is the universe, or shall I say the federal government or the state government, is trying to take my car from me. They're trying to take away the freedoms that I have with my car, and I don't like it. I took civics in high school. I went to a small Christian high school that actually taught civics. Now, I know most of these schools, public schools, don't teach civics. They don't teach how the government works. They don't teach the Constitution. They don't teach Declaration. They don't teach the preamble. They don't teach nothing. All they teach you is how to put condoms on a cucumber and what number to call when your parents are getting on your nerves and had them arrested. That's what you learn in public school. I didn't go to public school. I went to private school. We learned civics. We learned what this country was founded upon what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a place for freedom, right? And that's what made it great. And this is a great country. It's a place everybody wants to be. Now, it did not get that way by being under a monarchy. That is what England was under. They were under a monarchy, even though it was kind of ceremonial towards like now and in recent history. But when this country was spawned off of England, they had a king that ruled the place and whatever. But this place was started by a bunch of people who were like, F that, I'm doing my own thing. I don't need a king. I'm grown. I can handle my business. I'll take care of my family. I'll feed myself. Just let me have my stuff. Now, they came over here. True enough, when they first got here, they ran it like a commune. They were like, all the land belonged to everybody, and everybody does some work, and then everybody can eat, right? They tried that, and it failed miserably. They finally ended up parceling out individual land and individual property to everybody, all the pilgrims. And William Bradford, they tried this, and it flourished. And that's when everything started to blow up around here. And that's when we started putting things together. And this is how we want this place to be. We don't want a king. We don't want nobody telling us what to do, where to come, where to go. We don't want nobody telling us what to think, what to say. We will handle our own stuff. We are a moral people. We are a resourceful people, and we don't mind working. We know we got to work to eat, right? That's the Bible. You don't work, you don't eat. In the sweat of your face will you eat bread. Got it. I'll work. Not a problem. That's where we've been since the founding, right? Freedom. Work. I'll bust my ass, take care of my stuff. Now, we've eventually got so wealthy and so soft and cushy that we decided to create safety nets. We decided to, if something happens, you can come to the central government and they'll help you out, right? And now that central government is like, seems to be that they're trying to tell us what to do. They're trying to tell us that basically the government in this country is like a referee, right? This is what it's supposed to be, per the Constitution. The government basically settles disputes between people, between states, and the government protects us from foreign folk. Got it. When did the government become mommy and daddy? When did the government become the one who provides me a living, provides me everything I have, and the government knows best? When did that happen? As far as I can tell, the government is a bunch of popularity contest winners with a lot of problems and a lot of damage. And they just win contests. They win elections, and they sit there and get rich. And what makes them capable of telling me how to live as a grown man? You know, if I paid attention, if I went to school, if I studied and I learned and I figure out how things work and I go out there and try to make something work, who the hell are you in Washington, D.C. to tell me how to live and what to do? You are not gods. You are not kings, and you're definitely not my parents. I don't vote for a president because I think he's going to make a good father. We vote for a president because we think he's going to respect the Constitution, and he's going to protect, as commander-in-chief, he will protect this country from foreign folk. Got it. Now, we don't have none of that no more. We have a government now who is telling us the sky is falling, and in order to stop the sky from falling, we need to surrender our will, our money, our vote, and our words. No. And I can't let this go. This is not right. Why are we surrendering to this? Why are we sitting here saying, government, come in, tell me what to do, tell me what to buy, tell me what to think, tell me what to say, tell me what to watch, tell me who to listen to, tell me what to eat, tell me what shot to put in my body that you just came out with. Tell me I'm supposed to do all kinds of atrocious things to myself or to my child, and I'm supposed to sit there and just do it? Who made you God? Well, they're not God. And the rubber meets the road here, where they are telling us that we have to buy an electric car. And not yet. I know it hasn't happened yet. They're working on it. Now, an electric car is an option. It is something that's out there, and that if it makes sense to you, do it, right? We're a consumer-based society. And consumers, normally in a free market system, the consumer calls the shots. Consumers drive innovation. They drive everything. Basically, if you can't sell it to the consumer, you don't make it. If you can sell it to the consumer, you make it. You make a lot of them and you get rich. That's how it goes. But now we have a third party getting in between that manufacturer and that consumer, telling them, no, you can't have what you want. This is absolutely not right. And I mean, yes, all this stuff, all of it comes from the blue side. There is no debate to that. The only people that are telling me what I can and can't have, what I can and can't do, are blue folk. You can argue me down if you want to. These are the people who think they have gone to Harvard, they've gone to Princeton, therefore they know how to manage the world. And they are going to do it. Even if they have to lie to you, even if they have to create some gigantic fantasy hoax to get you scared enough to where you bend your knee and say, whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. I just don't want the sky to fall on my head. And that seems to have worked. And now they have us sitting here, hurrying up, trying to buy these electric cars. This is technology that is here to an extent, but it doesn't make money sense yet. How do I know it doesn't make money sense yet? Because electric car companies cannot turn a profit. They cannot sell these cars for what they cost to make them without government injecting your money into the car. Basically, the car costs them, the average EV costs way more than the sticker price, right? And let's not even start with the new ones. Tesla has done so many now, and they got so many cars, and they punching them out. They're the best case scenario, right? It's Tesla. And they can't sell these cars for what they need to sell them for to really make them worthwhile. And to be worthwhile as a manufacturer is one thing, but to be worthwhile to the consumer is another. For me to pay for a car that's going to limit me as opposed to what already exists, I'm going to buy a car which conceivably has lots of tech goodies in it, but it fails in many other ways, many other major ways of what a car is supposed to do. I'm getting less. So I'm paying for a downgrade in essence. And this electric car, like for instance, the Rivian truck, R1T, R1S, they cost roughly 200 grand each to produce before you can get a profit, because there's so much stuff in them, right? Now, nobody's going to pay $200,000 for a Rivian truck, just like 5 people have paid $200,000 for a Hummer truck. Now, the Hummer truck, I like. It's a good looking truck, and it looks like it's pretty powerful. And I know their reliability is trash. It takes a year and a half to charge it. They're always breaking, whatever. I like the truck, but you won't see me spending $200,000 on it, and you can't reliably use it for anything. You can't travel in these cars. And it seems like that's part of the plan. They want to put you in cars which limit your mobility. And that's what I'm seeing here. You can't travel in these cars. The BMWs now, they tell you fast charge too many times. 5-6 times doing that lightning charge, and the car will tell you have to go to a wall outlet and charge now, because your battery gets damaged when you fast charge, right? So you're limited. Now your car, you come out to your car, you're on 2%, you can't fast charge. You got to park that bastard and go get in something else. I bet you better have something else. But these cars seem to be designed to limit us, because that's exactly what they're doing. They have not expanded anything. You still got to pay for every charge. Unless like Tesla got the program where they roll over the price of charging into the car, and they say, oh, you get free charging for so many years. But the average EV, you still got to pay to charge it. And you still have to spend time charging it. I don't know what to say. It's just, I'm not feeling this whole thing. It doesn't make sense. It's not time. It's not really hitting yet. It's not really, don't get me wrong. Give me some seat time in a Plaid. One of the videos had a ball. One of the videos we made had a ball in that Plaid, right? Fast. Never drove anything like it. Fast. Super fast, right? I don't think I'd buy one though. Okay, maybe if car number 6, I have a Tesla Plaid sitting in the garage, just see some seat time on the weekends, whatever. But even that car has no personality. It doesn't. It's a pod. It's a video game. It's just a conveyance that happens to be really fast because of the technology involved. It's just really fast. It doesn't look like much of anything. It looks like a Camry. It's not really the interior is nothing there but a screen and a weird yoke. It has no personality. It has no soul. These cars have no soul. None of them. We did the BMW iX the other day. Soulless. No character. No personality. No, I can't wait to get in it and drive it. I just want to hear my engine run. No, can't do that. I just want to sit there and look at YouTube in the car. That's all you can pretty much say. Is no, come on. The love affair that us car people have with cars, and now they're telling us we have to resolve to growing up and marrying a blow-up fuck doll. That's what a Tesla is. Tesla's not a... I'm a man. I've been married 26 years. I'm married to my best friend. She's my everything. Love her to death. We have fun together. We always together, and we don't get sick of each other, right? That's a blessing. That's just something that's fantastic. That's great. Now, she has a personality. She ain't perfect. She gets on my nerves at times, right? I know I get on her nerves, but I still love her to death, and I wouldn't trade her for the world. Now, if you told me she's no longer what you're going to need because, I don't know, the sky is falling, whatever. We want you to marry a plastic fuck doll. She's always ready to go. She always looks great. You don't have to take her to the hair shop. You don't have to do anything. She's always ready to go. She's there for you. And if we don't charge her, she's dead. So, whatever. But still, go ahead. Take the plastic fuck doll and drive that. Marry that. Have fun with that. Go. That's what I feel like when you tell me I got to buy an EV. And then if someone is to tell you you can't have your wife, the person you've been with all these years, the person you've been intimate with, you've been in and out, you know them. You've learned how to work on her. You can't have her no more. I'm wrong. Cars, they wear out. You got to get another car, and so eventually it's the same. But I mean, come on, it's the same thing. You cannot have your perfect wife, the woman God gave you. You can't have her anymore. You need to have a plastic mannequin for the rest of your life because they're better on the environment than your wife is. That's a control technique. That's somebody who's trying to control you. They don't want your woman there. They want this little plastic mannequin to tell you things, to make you think certain things. It's a setup. That's a setup. Somebody does that to you, it's a setup. Beware. But yeah, there won't be any EVs that I can think of. They haven't come up with one yet that I'm willing to be down with that does anything as far as replacing the Hemi. No. Now, Stellantis has fallen for they had to, right? It's a European company. So of course they're going to do the Euro stuff. And they're just going to force, they don't have the vision for Dodge, Mopar. They don't have that. Tim Kuniskis, God bless you, man, but you're outclassed here. You're outclassed. You can try what you want. They have made the switch in anticipation of what the government mandates all over the world, right? Everybody's doing it, right? They've made the switch and they've taken away the thing we love, the thing the consumers were more than willing to keep buying. And they say, no, you can't have it. Consumer means nothing. You consumer, you mean nothing. You listen to us and do what you're told. We're telling you what you want now. That's what's going on. And they're telling us we have no choice anymore. We're going to drive these little mannequins around. And it don't sit right with me. Don't sit right with me at all, fam. At some point, they are going to tell us we can't have our old cars anymore either. I plan on keeping my Hemis going as long as I possibly can. But at some point, they're going to tell us you can't have it anymore. You got to put it out to pasture. And that's going to happen here in California before it happens anywhere else. But it's coming. And central bank digital dollars, should that materialize, you won't be able to even buy an ICE vehicle from somebody down the street because they'll turn off your dollar. You can't buy a car. What? No. Can't buy a car. Can't buy a gun. Can't buy a subscription to the salty cracker. No. They'll turn off your money. Just like I said, they'll turn off your car. See, if everybody's in an electric pod, if everybody's driving a mannequin car, those things can be controlled remotely. You know that, right? They can be driven remotely because it's all drive-by-wire. So it's all a remote control car. If the powers that be decide they don't like you, if you out of the good graces, they'll turn it off. They'll turn off your charging capability. And you have willingly laid down and gave your freedom away. It's over at that point. Like I said, people just keep looking for some places that are still free. There are some here in this country. There are some. Keep looking for them. Keep using them. Keep fighting. We can stop this freight train. We really can.